Now only baby, the final part, the conclusive part, me so any material say a Muhammad actually enkramufo say aye Allah aye the God of Islam, okay? But a physical throne eso and a mansion, okay, was in the fie and a self you no about a daughter mudanoa eho mo Muhammad ne besere kwan ko bodyguards ne ho a na je was sere kwan na wona ko bisa Allah na Allah ma won kwan se monka che ne se wo mra etino se obowura mu a okwa na je okwa kohwe Allah anim Allah odafo nyankwada komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam o kire se Allah na adwa no ne throw na wote so no o abofo mako 8 so hono o abofo mako 8 na sa abofo mako 8 no kese one nine bejina ni nifa sei na nine eja nifa sei na kese ahinga no na esi wona beti so hono hand no na e barubo so bu him no omu him no sa de Once again, I greet you, dearie, and I welcome you to Lawson Media. This time with Brother Stephen on Lawson Media. You know for sure that whenever we get in our seat here, it's about we alerting you on many things. Or we get to remain. Maybe you have a great stance in the word of Allah as a Muslim. You are very much sincere, a Muslim, and you do not ever tolerate anybody that tries to dismantle Islam with some unknown words. Or we get to remain. I would not love for you to mark me by my ideologies over here, but rather mark me by my actual words. The actual words I'm going to cite from your own books, your own sources. Or we get to remain. I'm not going to do anything from my own assumptions, but then the books that your own people has written is exactly what I'm going to make references from. What is the actual nature of Allah? How does Allah looks like? Does Allah look like myself over here? Is he having a head? Is he having hairs, physical hairs like that of man? Is he having physical hands like that of man, that of mine? Is he having a mouth, a teeth, physical ones, just like I am having over here? How does Allah looks like? Or what about his throne? Is he going to be carried on people's shoulders like what we see in our various vicinities or various localities in Ghana? Fancy how people carry our kings on their shoulders in a throne? Is that how Allah looks like? Is Allah having some mansion, some physical mansion in heaven, and on the judgment day, Muhammad is going to be the one who would be seeking to enter into Allah's palace, and he would be given the permission to go to hell, that is Jahannam, and pick up those that Allah would love for them to come out of hell. Because in Islam, in accordance with Surah Al-Maryam, ayah 71 and 72, the Quran says that either you are righteous or you are unrighteous. You are all going to be cast into the hellfire. So therefore, we ask this question: what is your plight in Islam? What is your predicament? What is your condition in Islam? So how do you really know for sure that you're gonna attain salvation? You're gonna secure salvation someday in Islam? You don't know. Even Surah Al-Qasas, ayah 68 tells you for sure that for you to do good, you don't know. For you to do bad, you don't know. You are already determined. You are predestined by Allah. You are determined being. In order for my infant call yen yankasa yen diemu so kakra. Majidi say na wana wutie yen dodo na ena one tree kasa no. That is the exact reason ti anam pese onya concept no. Ewo bro for kasa emu. Na onim brebi. Allah ni nature ene e ba behwe. Eya temu da na kraba ye say Allah o wasifie kakraka bi ewo heaven ho ena chese wi yebre no Muhammad onu mum no benya kwan no na wakọ Allah ho obago na Allah bodyguards no na chese mama na kwan na kwakọ wura inside okwa na oboni mu ase kakra na wacha Allah enkofo bi guje ne mu Atra na fo na papa fo ni nyina mesere wa me kwan na me nkonko yi wo momra temo na asase no ti Mohammed ono no obi a obewura ala ne fio na mansion mu ho basa ala pia bosi ni aso na pakan mu na abofo mako 8 Nigeria ha na Nigeria ne si o ba kon so na ala odi hini physical kingdom or for me try homra na ene ha be de pa. Well, I'm going to give you several books, okay? I'm going to give you sources. Main kasasa keke ewo ayedwumadi so. Main kasasa keke na answer na no mesro subscribe, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Fa won sabo adom anasoso. Ebio comment mayen, okay? Dia won tia se bia de comment if I might open debate in so a comment or comment section when you know about range na ya debate no. Okay, me share obi biara. Wona brebe. So share these books, okay? This book that was translated by what? Islamic Creeds, page 31, okay? What? Islamic Creeds, page 31. Ibn Abi Yala, Tabakat al-Hanbila, that is chapter 1, verses number 212 and 19. And what is it? Ibn al-Jawzi, Kitab Ahbar as-Sifat, page 175, English, okay? Williams, God in Islamic Tradition, Transcendent Anthropomorphism, and all that. In the books we see no ubenya information sa wodro media bay make am wasami bi ewo mu na ebio de me na wo ba behwe no hono orofo sa we kramoni a mesere tie me yi o se medikan atrew se in Islam se ebase why wadwene se ope enkwagye a ope salvation a enkwagye eni Islam so mu tie ni yi Islam som obi bia nu wo Islam som onim so benya nkwa na wonya nkwa sa na asem that even krampo no se base wo se wakwa akoduru eye ala ne nchen ewe bre na ala na ne pemotumi use san so firi ho se masa kɔ na menhia wo heaven because ala pem na obekɔ heaven opa se waye papa se den wo bekɔjem abekɔjem sa na asem that because onipa bia ye predetermined ewo Islam summo what is also me bo ahwe the 6 articles of faith in Islam. You believe in predestination, you believe in what? In judgment day. What it doesn't make sense. Even Surah Al-Fatiha ayah 1 no what is it? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, and all that. Sa Allah yehu mobro eja and all that. Sa Allah a predestined unipa biya dia. Na hu mobro no, it doesn't make sense. I hope you get with me because all predestined unipa humo bro the NSA sana assemblety ebio mamen fa book we say ema so kinkan aya book we say Mishkat al-Masabih, English translation with explanatory notes by Dr. James Robson, S.H. Muhammad Ashraf Publishers, Booksellers and Exporters, Lahore, Pakistan, reprinted 1994, volume 2, book 26, Fitan, chapter 17, the beginning of creation and mention of the prophets, pages 1226 and 1227. Okay, so share and womeya media mawi emosa mitumbre na machire usie ewo eye platform so. Afi yentie the narration. Jabir bin Mutim told that a nomadic Arab came to God's messenger and said, this was reported by Jabir bin Mutib. Okachre nomadic Arab. Ekase obiye nomadika. Eye akwete se Fulani Muslims no. On say wade eye anantwie anase enwan ne ade. Wade anase wona na wade eye mfunumu ne ade. Enam asase prada da ne so no. Sa akrofo na wo hwehwe eye oasis place ya na some small green grasses be there bay enyini nyina kyerɛ sɛ bi nsuo kakra bi tata wo ne ade no ɛsɛ sɛ wobɔwura Arabian Peninsula ne so a baabi a bɛnya sɛ nsuo bi tata ɛyɛ Yemen saa na tin sutene bi ani Arabian Peninsula ne so anasa Arabia asase tam ne so desert ne so hɔ okay nti no ɛyɛ Jabir bin Mutim ɔka kyerɛ ɛyɛ this nomadic Arab no ɛsɛ okay reporter say a nomadic Arab came to God's messenger and said wana wa yan emua yi bi Arabian for we emua yi bi no Abraham Muhammad otiase no na oba ne nchen on say wo hwe report no a Jabir say the nomadic Arab came that means Jabir na nkasa na ohobi what I say pa tie report no Jabir bin Mutim told that a nomadic Arab came so no it in report no kyerɛ sɛ na ohobi ɔka ho bi saa na asɛm ne teɛ na ɔka ho bi na ohobi okay enti no sɛ wohwɛ usua deɛ about a book what is it Luke ansa ya na bi mu kyerɛ sɛ Luke and the credentials ne ade no na ɔnka apostles na wɔne ade but sɛ usua the book of Acts you get to know say Luke ɛkasa ɔsi we that means na ɔka ho bi so na nitia deɛ ɔka no nyɛ kɔtebɛ se sana there were several informations unya free asmafo na kasa most of them so no ankasa witness say senkyere ne ade a wɔyɛ ne ade nyinaa no ɔno ankasa witness say okay it say ebia Jeremiah na ɔwɔ ne writer na ɔka na write ya ma no enti say Luke ne Paul enante na Paul aka na sɛ write ana sɛ watwere a untumi nkasa ne book no enye credible so nyame asɛm ɔnam kekeka no ya megiri sɛ bɛkɔ saa asɛm ne so okay enti according to this narration no Jabir bin Mutim ona ohobi ana nomadic Arab no ba Muhammad ho na ba Muhammad ho no ana oka say ti de oka ye no o say people are suffering distress enkofo etete enkofo ko amanehunu mu is somewhat like Yesu Kristo na trese ebia opanini no dimirika no aba ne nchen baba wawu oda ho and for that matter me hia say obeba no obesa na yare ama me wabe na Yesu akọ na akwa de be akwa nyane no amana firi eye awufuo mu sana asem ne tie nkrofo ade Yesu Kristo achi ekom de wono aye nsenkyerene na chese wa feed nipa 5000 nipa 4000 na ade nyina Yesu Kristo bo mu nyina no ye ade afemi say indeed oye odifo oye prophet indeed oye deity so sana asem tie Yesu Kristo na oye great deity na oye ntamgyina fo kese sana asem tie na oye deity menkasa na oye sesi oda so tiase chese mene omi no kese di na chi ne nyankwaje de be e de amayen kra okay according to a nomadic Arab no people are suffering distress the children are hungry come de mafra entino aladi fo wo de atawonko ane shekelia so bunyina sa wo de nsankyere ne awo ye nyasam ketwa anantwe nyina tumite praga be kasa kyerɛ wo be kasa gu wasum and all that anoma to me su kwe so be sa bia sami nkosua e ma wote anoma kasa wo de waben abura kura mpo yuti ada wasa sa wo kwa akosa wo kore sesuo ne kofam a no an se bura kabra soro ya mo se bura na nante ba soro na aboma na wasa enti waben enti ebra ara nomadic Arabi oba Muhammad nchen no chese kofo etete ala prophet uhunu ya na enkofo uhunu amane ekom de emofra su wode mpanimfo no kwa na hu si aso ode na chese wonye ma chese wonye aduane ni wonye nsankyerene bia emofra yin so emofra su emphasis mine okay that is the no notice ade no and also said the crops are withered and the animals are perishing ye nubaye okay ye no ba ye nneoma ye duanu abane ade ye duane ade no ni nyina no adwane se bro na ye dua obo se nke ai ba na se ya na dwane antumi anya hwe so ai betumi enya aduane bi ade afiri mu emmoa no nso owu won nyina yira Allah prophet yesero ye biribi so ask God to grant us rain into Allah prophet yesero ka kire onyankopon no moaye na ensuo entose de beye na ye nubaye no ebetumi aye yie it's somewhat like Bible nemo Elia and as Elia oman na so odinti no obom paye ma osuru mu toye na ebreba pam Nyankopon san ma nsu e de bey etoye said ye wo hwe Malachi 3 verse 10 sa bre na Israel fo aya so odinti Nyankopon na wato osuru mu na osuru fence no watutum na ensuo ntumi ento de na nkofo da so gina so de ginzoru do no sa na asabete ye sa bre ni mu no na ensuo nto but enei enzuto bre mu so da so ko soro fence se de be betimi de aju ho biribi okay se ebio se metwa so a o say so ask God to grant us rain enti bisa onyankopon na wo onom yen ensuo for we seek you as our intercessor with God and God as our intercessor with you. Nomadic Arabia. He was very polite because to approach Muhammad and to tell him, say, boss, yes, ensure ento, yamwan woo, and my friends, a common ekunkumbo, mesro, bompaye, necessary Allah, not ensure ento. When I was yes, Allah, we dare to be way yamibi. So, no, Allah, bompaye, children, no men, swear bay. Ento na ye no baye no entumi ye wo de ye hunu se wo ye yentam ginafo wo na ogina ye ne Allah ne ntam na onyankopon enso enamoso ena ye be ena ekata kire wo de wan kata hwa asem a abrantie kan o kan asem bone wan kan asem bone se metwa so a thereupon the prophet said, glory be to God, glory be to God, and he continued declaring God's glory till the effect of that was apparent in the faces of his companions. Hadie ebra na no si yape ana komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said yeminu yanam kramofo ebayeje ho no na no si yape ana komsheni Muhammad say enmanyam kenyan kopon ebia saro beka no hono say oye bibia mo na hunu say ye oye prophet ampa anaso yudifo ampa enmanyam kenyan kopon it's in narration kire say otoko su Jabir bin Mutim and I report to you. Watoko su eka Nyankopon animunyam sa akopem se ehun sunsanson ededi ewo ne nkorofo na wokan ne hona ede be wonanim ebia Abubakar Kasim mo ene eye Umar mo ne Uthman mo ne Adnali mo ne ade no kese animunyam no glory of God Nyankopon animunyam esren ye ewo wonanim na kese nsencheni bi esi wo hono no say na wo pa kire ebio se metwa so a he then said Jabir a report say he then said afa bi o kan say God's state is greater than that onyankopon tebia say onyankopon tetie no so tan de mo ye sha mo ka onyankopon timi ntonsu ya na okay se metwa so a Muhammad nye we no mo hwehwe mo se bompa e mansuo nto se metwa so bi wa ti wo say God's state is greater than that. Woe to you. Afi o nomino oboni dia wasn't woe to you dear woe to you dia brantie kan ye wodi buompo na ama wo wankase wuntumi nyo wo se wo de enim se wo ye yentam ginafo enti ala adifo sre na ma ensuo nto emaye wankase mbone wa medidi Muhammad atem wankase onyankopon ni wankase nyankopon ni tumi wo se ka kire no wo de okasa kire na obetie because wo de obene payi ala adifo eno na oka we se mu nyina awie no se de be woe to you enome enkamo anase obetima kan se munue ni nyina yeduabo woe to you enome enkamo okay it munue is the proper word me da say Sametwaswa, do you know how great God is? We mu nyina hu hia sesi ona meboa. Munue munim se Nyankopon ne kase sitie. Munim se Nyankopon ne kase sitie. Obense njeni bia mensu ata na da bi o. Wo se munue munim se Nyankopon ne kase sitie. Yo ensuo ne yehwe ani mukwan mamento aso e. His throne is above the heavens, thus indicating with his fingers something like a dome over him. It's Muhammad yesehe onyankopon ne kasiye ekron chen osoro say you according to Jabir was say no we bibi say dome. So na nyankopon mun say ne kasiye tie oye kraka woso chen osoro na je say physical osoro ya yehunu in the skies you know onyankopon oso chen ne say nyankopon oso say oso chen wiase that physical sense no e bia bibi say na opa kire. Okay, his throne is above the heavens onyankopon ahinwa na wote so no so chen yes sky see firmament na here be you whenever you hear of heavens, okay, it say Genesis chapter 1 verse number 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And heaven, the abode of God, but the heavens, the Hebrew shamayim, and the firmament ayehunu sky ayehunu no. When a Captain Smart be say nyankopon bo heaven a fa na one bo heaven we sebi preduasa say once you dey ya wugu no enye ato abode of God and a Bible ne kan ho asem na egbomu no eye firmament no ho asem na we dey be o kanti Muhammad say na hinwa ekron echen osuru ya ye dey be yehunu yi enti ordinance na kire bibisa se de nyankopon kase etitie na bio se me toaso a Muhammad say, and it groans on account of him as a saddle does because of the rider. Na just say Muhammad enya spiritual throne bin wo kan ho asem wa ho Allah na eja na wote so no a physical throne. It says the sebi mpredia sanana nana mesro me bodin e kan asam kakra nana otumfo se tutu naja awe de be oteso ne bi pepepe so no it say de ubehunu ya hemfo ahodo a wo ye ne bibre mu ase no wonaja wotena so no bi pepepe say na Muhammad o chenye spiritual throne wo say eye onyankopon che ne kese no na wo kire say na kunya no se wotena so o say eson eten wo soro se de wo soro kakra kasetie no enso kura no onyankopon sanse wo so ni mbodu nti no oye obest oye obeshi nti no se wonya etena so a na akunya no bo se na kotwen it grows and I say it saddles that mamen trust mamen can be unchiro and it grows on account of him as a saddle does because of the rider. He can saddle a bit to say a year obiti motorbike so no once baby a wote no seat na wote so no timi ekotwen akasefo no wotena moto so ka ya bizo ka drivers no o ma me bi o so ana say I de memfa ma me papa fo ni bi o ho kakraka bi o obetena mo tena so abo se na tai na afi na conform na moto na sase ye ho me obo to me ka se me pa cho de for sika ko me nya amfa obi o obese me moto no bicycle no bi so ho a so tena so abo se na ekotwen all because any modu etena de na de be oteso no enunti we say the throne of God grows on account of him as a saddle does because of the rider. Yes, a physical throne and nyankopon oteso enya honhom fam ahenie bi and nyankopon odie book na me de ma wo no megire say se wokenkan ya obehu no ebio se metwaso kakra nso a obehu no say betumi agiatum say indeed Muhammad aye Allah na hinie na adwa a woteso aye physical throne et say aye na ye na nanomo die ni be physical ones ni be no honam fam ahinie ni be no ana say honam fam adwa carpenter fo ahye da aye ni be no ye ntoa so na ye nhwe kakra say wo hwe aye suratu that is Quran chapter 69 verse 15 through 18 where Hilal Khan translation you know ubonu say aha say no komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam o kire say Allah na adwa no ne throw na wote so no o abofo mako 8 so no o abofo mako 8 na sa abofo mako 8 no kire say one enan begina ni nifa say na enan agya nifa say na kire say ahinga no na esi wona beti so na hand no na e barobo so him no say de na san ya na nkrofo na ya na omko so ebinu mofunu adaka edi so mabeti no mudi asa no mo za abofo no na no so mutumitu ntomutumitu de ko wiema na omu him omu ho ano san de besi fo na adana be gi say je say asa abofo no bedi no anya asem ketwa enti abofo nwotwe na 4 will be on each side na just one idea be na one aswa ewo atemuda no na just say waswa ewa one abetri so na ebio semeto so Abu Huraira, okay, Abu Huraira I report say the prophet or reporter concerning Muhammad say or can say I shall be clothed with one of the robes of paradise and shall then stand at the right of the throne as what this what you what I say Commissioner Mohammed say adano ewe ya bre no ho ono no ye besa no heaven ho no nyankopon ahemfie ho na say omo wo eye ahemfo no ntade ni bi omo hyehye awko heaven ho na eye nkramofo heaven ho no chese nyankopon on sa ahemfie chow ne ade no aha alade ne be good because on sa alade good nya na sa na tinti eye chow ene eye ahemfo no ntade ne bi no aya na ka what is it pomegranate ni ade bobo ano ni ade no Mohammed say be man ba akon what is here ono bosu ba akon pe o e man ba akon wa abre krampo ana ote asase Quran chapter 46 verse 9 onim so obenya nkwa na wonya nkwa oye de hu no say okonya ba akon yo ye nto aso e Mohammed say ye be man ba akon na wo de ase ropes no obese ba akon nti no se de man na afei okwa akogina ala na adwa no eye ne nifa so koko jina so wi a no beto omoto aso say the place where no other creator than I shall stand. O say sa ba bi ala de me kwa akogina no. Nifa so won obi bia ni ho. O challenge Yesu no no. Obi bia ni ho a obetuma de be akwa akogina say Muhammad onyankopon o. What does it because osuya Bible ni ya. Whenever you hear of say Yesu wa janin say nifa so no, it means say onyankopon. That is the idea. Acts 7 verse number 51 I think thereabout. Stephen Cars wo hunu osuru bieye na wo hunu say Yesu ete agya no nyankopon say nifa so no. It was to indicate say Yesu oye onyankopon. Even that is the exact reason and na eka ho binti na o see na boy de be ekun no no sa na asanete enti said David enkom enwum to mu nyankopon na ne so ehye enkom kire say o se ewurade ka kire mi wura say tena me nsani fa so ko say me do atamfo ebe ye onana Cynthia so ewurade ka kire mi wura, that is God told my God enti no onyankopon kwa na betima ka nyankopon say tena me nsani fa so okay sana tienti Muhammad claim deity e wa say wo kire say we deity oyo onyame bi what you say enti obekwa akogina Allah eni nifa so na hon na obi bia ni ho betuma de be agina apart from ono Muhammad we no aya assertion keke oboa enya no kore mamunyini okay say metwa so wo hwe actor midi ne how he transmitted it, okay, the version on his authority in Jami al-Uzul has I shall be the first from whom the earth will be cleft open, and I shall be clothed. In Saushe eye Jami al-Usul. Ono nenso ne translation no emu na say narration emu a. Wase Muhammad can say memene obi a odi kan a bra Allah mama kwa akogina eye nipa so no asase ye mbehye no. Mo asase mbebie sei na ahweme ke asase ba na no mu no. Na san so de be aka atum na sensencheni kese be de be ebesi the great prophet akwa Allah eye ne nsa enifa so. Okay, hwe angoma we say mu nso e Mishkat al Masabihi page 1236, okay, Mishkat al Masabihi page 1236, okay. He reported the prophet as saying, ask God to grant me the wasila. Okay, ask God to grant me the wasila. If this narrator no reporter Muhammad say or can say, bisa Allah na ontumi mame wasila na ayedem. I mean to aswe. God's messenger was asked what the wasila meant and replied, obisa na say wasila Allah adi for wasila na kire say ena oya no say the highest grade in paradise which only one man will attain. A highest grade our paradise unipa akope ena obedi ebe ena obenya, and I hope I may be he. Na me de me wagidie mo nda so say ye me na ala be de be o de be ma me, okay, se me to so wa na ala de be ma wa bra wa nkasa Quran ni mu a wo twere ye no Quran chapter 19 verse number 19 wan kasam Quran na say Yesu anya boni biada na fi bi ne ho Yesu Kristo ne Muhammad a otana he was censored in the Quran, or he censored in the Quran. Surah Al-Muhammad ayah 19 ne ade nyina, and Quran chapter 8 verse 66 thereabout. And so kire say he was rebuked, he was asked by Allah say onse bonifache oni Yesu obeda kwa konya babra Yesu nyo ne benya yo ma mento aso kakrai o say Allah mejiri say me na o de be o de ebe ma me enti no we termedi and o translate ye Mishkat al-Masabihi page 1236. Okay, now baby, the final part, the conclusive part, Ahmed also any Machero say a Muhammad actually enkramofo say a year Allah, a year the God of Islam, okay, or the physical throne eso and a mansion, okay, was in the fee. Hana safie no mu aba edurate mu da no a eho ompie mo Muhammad ne besere kwan ko bodyguards ne ho a na je so sere kwan na wona ko bisa ala na ala ma won kwan se monka che ne se wo mra entino se obowura mu a okwa na je okwa kohwe ala anim ala odafo nyankwada ongrofo no wo musu atembo na ntidi ameko kan kire wo mu esero enti online Yesu Kristo se temuda no be very much open anyway nyina be hunu onyankopon sana asemnete but in Islamic judgment no Muhammad say enye sa na be de be na ebesie onu mom na beba wura ne fie ho okwa no asere kwan na ama ne kwan na chesa Allah obanso ote apakan mu na abofo na so na betri so ese de ahemfo na de be won de ne te ote akunya na so na je kotwen physical throne carpenter for na o me ma anye ne yi because mo ye Allah na kunya ada na moya ma na kotwen ese na do anya papa we no menim how many inches na o de bebobom because Allah okay afi amemfa we say ento aso na odofo memfa wo ensi so no we na chese some poor beka say so we are nansem firi wa Islam som entumi nyina. All right, tie the prophet said the believers will be kept. Okay, this book I'm giving you a Sahih al-Bukhari, authentic hadith. Okay, Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 9, book 97, hadith number 532v. Okay, it's also the narrator reported Muhammad as saying, the believers will be kept waiting on the day of resurrection so long that they will become worried and say, or say, atemudano. Usori edano judgment day no sabre ni mo no ayen kramofo nyina agidifo ni nyina no so be kramofo kan agidifo nyina kristofo nka ho ayen kramofo nko a okay agidifo nyina no ayade a ombekoso atwen mbetwen ache ekozi se ombebre pe yom omutwen ala ahefie or dresse ono twase aye adonten hene ene of kadabe hene mo ne ade no etumi siesie no wode agudie ne ade gugu ne kom ene ne nsa ne ade hye ne chaw na abofo ne tumi emmetwo kakra mutumi didi banku atele minim heaven banku no ebebe different one na je se wo na ba beso no na betri so o ma betri so ansa na o mede na bantum begina wa atepa ama bibiri na adwa na wo ba final judgment o ba begina ma ala bebu aten o san so kodwa ne zo be ko bunze bi be hye da ne nso wo dwa wa sa su a wo twen ala na to kakra bi wo de so wa hwe o san so kodwa ene asema Muhammad kan yero no o se bibiri na bedwa no ma kan say let us ask somebody to intercede for us with our Lord so that he may relieve us from our place radio ento mu guso twen eye Allah so be pia ba bebu maten rade enti no ebra omu guso mo twen na omu abre na omu aye worried no omu aye basa no eno mbeka se mo maye mpe obi na wonye ye ntam ginafo onni emfa maye okay na radio obi kro no ombe bompa ya kire no de a na wate akodi amom de ne nipa kro no obi kro no ye deity we nyame bi basanya sa na tie de a ane obi kro no twase wo mo ho oka wo mo ho obi kro no ni ala obi oka sa ankofo ya bebu matan no ho bi atan ne bo mo twen no o mo atwan ye mo no oka ho bi enti ebia kwete se bia nyina ye ko hospital aha na se bia nyina ye pe ka ana se bia ye pese bowura ebi efie bi mu na kwede dwuma bi na panini bi kan ye we nyina gyina wa atwan ya bo se panini no se meba na abo ago na akọ entoto ye de amaye na afie nyina abese ne ko ebia bibisa na ebesi ewa ase sametwa so a so they will come to me rade in sabre bi say Muhammad na o henefa they will come to me o mbekwa ne nchen ewa henefa so o mo twan yo nya asase so asem ala ebu aten ewe yebre okay say asase so a efa na Muhammad wo o say ala mpie mai bebere na abetwen enti wona kokomu wo so nkramofo enti ebasa na mbepa obi amena intercede ama wo mu ena enkrofo beba ono Muhammad nchen so the question is henefa na Muhammad wo odi line mu bi Others say, pa, o the line will be o nya line time baby and yinaye. What I say, yes, we be original, Mohammed into me, o the line will be, or things a time because in Islam you really know for sure that Muhammad was a mere human being. Sanity and the Musia, our Henefa, our Arabia. Sanity, Yesu Christo, or Henefa, yena will see, no. Nansa so sorry, now what to come ebesi and ne, Sana Sanity. 1 Corinthians 15 verse number 1 through 8. I can't remember your idea, baby. And Jesus Christ is unique, okay? Or a unique religious leader. Sana Sanity, okay? Ebio Sametwaso Muhammad the line mobile. So they will come to me. A hand, Tibio the 2 nomina than over home, a corner hole, a hand, Tibia Q, I went on the other Q, no area bay. Eso, into Moban and Chain, we won't send a fee, and I shall say, I got for no, because the mother day, where there was so few money, Obi and send fee, woman here be boating. Okay, so they will come to me, and to Sabi on the Yame, and I say, will be a yahim qua, not as a walk on and chain. And I got to names all the open and upper, open and 90 years old, forgotten in my. So they will come to me. And I will ask my Lord's permission to enter his house. But what say? Onyangupo fie no. Allah ne mansion abrosana wasi wa trasako no heaven trasako bi ho. What does say pa? Trasako bi e de e ho. Enti o se o ba me nchen a na on say we sebi because they answer say mo ho no yo mate. Wona wo kanya me na make kan. Hade o ba me nchen Omba menchan ya no maka kire me se mesrawo yesrawo Allah di for kan bi kire Allah se agina ha ache mebu yatan ne hu ba bia yekọ se ekojam ana se ekọ bonsam jam do e bia yatan na for de but on sa Allah de opa no me yakọ heaven opa no me yakojam de bra nyina sob zohoro asere magrib sha ne de nyina no ya bre de but then yenim se benyam nkwa na enyam nkwa nduro kan bi kire na ma yese agina ya de be twen no enti abra obeka we ma wie no Ena Muhammad obeko na okosiki Allah's permission rade se uko siki permission and san owura Allah ni fear that means Allah our bodyguards Allah our gas our gate man ma ukọ na wonwuram okay gate man as a gas ebeko masa twen kakra mi o munime mi amene Muhammad o come say ni Muhammad amene iskramofo nyina bi o muri David o munime no da bi masa twen o ye Muhammad today twen because once according to narration, you know, Muhammad na num to say on go direct. Who go direct? Allah woni mo hene. What I say? On go direct to mbaka say master post. Kan me enko master on ko bisa na say e ma mra ansa na e mo aba. To mo ko abi Allah wona say Allah. E ma kwa say I will ask my Lord's permission to enter his house and then I will be permitted. Radie it say obisa na fei wabana kwan say de be wuram o say and then I will be permitted as wonim dada so no wada for na legend dada enti minya bisa obana kwan ya mai de be we de hunu so mo akwan mo akom abra onye supernatural being so no onye all knowing enti we de hunu so mo akọ but then ye fa na say opa kire say onye bisa omukọ kwasara kwan mana obekasa ane mama na ede be mana me mfa na asem meto manim ese bia mpesa me ko na nado ho hono untimi nkwa na ho outright iso kusi nkrofo so ansa na ma kwan mo ede be ama ko no ala de na physical ase ya bi ese wonam toma hini ya bi insana te ese de parliamentary houses ni ade na te ye president no one de te ye na hemfo no one day ten sana Islamic god and Islamic Allah no ote okay enti ya ma na kwan se ongura mu a afi Muhammad also say when I see him, I will fall down in prostration before him. Se me hunu a me hwiase e wonanim. So na kese me worship no. Na kotono na masore no. Because oye mede be oye minyame. Ti obakoto na sore no said Jesus Christ na oje can will receive worship no because Jesus Christ ye dey to Nyankopon and for that matter he was worshipped even in Matthew 28 verse number 8 verse number 9 Jesus Christ was worshipped but he never made any objection. How we get to remain when Satan had wanted for him to worship him he told Satan I'm not going to do this because you know for sure that it isn't right for you to do that. It is only God who deserves man's worship, therefore worship God. But Jesus Christ received man's worship, therefore he is God. How we get to with me in Revelation 22 verse number 9 thereabout you read that the angel had wanted for John not to bow down to him because he wasn't God, and John didn't do so as well. Peter and I think Silas didn't receive man's worship. Okay, but then they told them that that was I think Paul and Silas, if I've got it correct, in the book of Acts. They told them to not to do so because they were not deities; they were mere human beings. But then Jesus Christ was referred to as God and Lord. In John 20, verse number 28, what did Jesus Christ do? He did nothing. He made no objection. He accepted it. He acceded to the fact that he was a deity. He received man's worship. Therefore, Jesus Christ needs to be worshipped. He is God. But Muhammad is not going to do this. He's going to prostrate in the sight of Allah. Or kwakoshiase ewo na adwa no anim na wede be na wasore no. Na okwakoshiase ewo na animu a prostrate won animu a, and he will leave me in prostration. Obegya me saa mama da ho saa ese de bia makọ ebia na hemfo ye ne won wo physical enya honhum fama de o honam fama henie ho asem na okay saa na tie Allah saa na tie woye what is a physical being bit say me no me no according to this narration no, and as according to ensemu a this narrator say kire say komsoni Muhammad woye de be okan ye de fa Allah ho no into ohwe na nimu a asia obegya no amana da ho saa kosi ebra wa de be ope, and then he will say efe ho no Allah beka say, oh Muhammad, lift up your head and speak. Oh Muhammad, sorry na kasa akire me. Okay, for you will be listened to. For sorry na kasa akire me, ena me kasa kan de uhi akire me na metie o, and intercede na di ema onkrofo, for your intercession will be accepted. Would demand no ayade a media be magiatum, and ask for anything, for it will be granted. Bisa bibi a opebia na mepene so de be de ama on say Muhammad kasafa intercession ho ha. Islamic books kire say Muhammad could intercede for Muslims. Ana Blackstone no so ko intercede wa be fam family ye no tafre ba bia wa vaginalia no eyi no wo no Blackstone benya no no de dance e de ama so fam family ye hwade o. You are talking about intercession by Jesus Christ de on to intercede and fama others on ignorance and hypocrisy. You mamento aswe. It's a lot said bisa de opebia na me de ama katada aka say, I heard Anas saying that the prophet said, I will go out and take them out of hell fire and let them enter paradise. It's a someone katada can say what say Anas be Malik or can say be say what say Allah prophet no, and as Muhammad or can say meko abontene Allah me kwan dia meko abontene meko bonsam jemu ho na makwa koyi wana de be at the one every ho na family one about paradise, because in Islam so we tin ni o where the bonnie ni o na wudi ense ni nyina so yo mu nyina the bonnie ni what is it or papa ni nyina obi e kobonsam jam. Islam, that is Islam for you. We are righteous, so we are unrighteous, so we nyina mo kobonsam jam. Allah pa na ba be you do afri ho ti mo ko tasty hell kakra na ba be you mo de mafri ho no kura ko duru awie no odo na ba akusi heaven krampa paradise wo ko tumi esan so board to twema sabi hia wa ha we yakon san do akwa the bridge of the narrow bridge of Sirat, so no mo atom because we hia wa heaven. What's why papa nto ko heaven yo in this, that is Islam for you. Ebi o sa metoswa okay, when I see him this narration, so it was the same thing. Okay, so when I see him I will fall down in prostration before him, and he will leave me in prostration as long as he will let me in that state. And then he will say, oh Muhammad, raise your head and speak, for you will be listened to, and intercede, for your intercession will be accepted, and ask your request will be granted. Qatada added, I heard Anas saying that the prophet said, I will go out and take them out of hell fire and let them enter paradise, and I will return for the third time and will ask my Lord for permission to enter his house, and I will be allowed to enter. When I see him, I will fall down, blah, 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 blah. So, book number Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 9, book 97, number 532v. Because I'm a Toswa, I just be order 4. This is Islam for you, order 4. And these narrations now talks of a year concerning Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are trusted books in Islam. And I cite say I am Muhammad. So be intercede at the ama enkrabofo. And on one kasa be di ki wini mubi. na just ala o se ni fie sa na tie ese de ebia nyina yakwa na na ho e ekro mo hene ho na ejina palace no anim ho bra sharif nwum bi oba o se ase ha sinabra o ba beto ye wa ase ha sa na asem ne tie eto nyina ejina ase wo twen ala but obegina ho ache e ba sa no abosa ala na nkofo ne ko Muhammad ho owura do wudi ala ni mo be de nanso ade a wudi okasa kira ala say do ya ala di fo ka kira de maye na afi Muhammad akwa seek permission na bodyguards yi akoka kira ala na jesa ala makwan na mama nako enti no say e bia okwa na okohwe ase wona nim na o seek permission afi wa ye papa wa ye boni mu ambo bonsam gem no because in Islam we ye papa we ye boni obi abekọ bonsam gem sa na asem ne te na afi no ala ma ne kwan na chese o say we mu nyina na ye physical sense. Okay, a physical kingdom. Allah tia kunya so na akunya je kotwen anya spiritual throne. Tana asemnati abofo a from sa batay. Makomako 8. We gina na esowo mu. Na je se na emo tonwom ne bi. Sa enwom adoa, enwom na ya na nkofo meje executive nyina ebesa wa ni mala bebu atan. Sa na asemnati we aye physical thing. Materialistic and yes something spiritual, and that is Islam for you. So if you describing Allah, describing your God, and as I describing the deity of Islam in this manner, no, I was very much weird. So na imagine be say so Quran no, and I said these narrations no na busere mo can be wo yes akeke e de ate Muhammad anim, and I said now we nim de wo ye so no because some bebre wo asa wo kan ye edito ho say be ya nipa be yodium a ene brem nipa sunya de o or for that is Islam for you. There is nothing like a yes salvation in Islam. Obi bia ni wa wonim so benya nkwa na wonya nkwa na enya de say Bible biblical heaven no a yeah da bia ka kire no etesa spiritual heaven enya physical throne bi na nyankopon teso ay kotwe bi nyankopon shira mesere ya na wa like program share for my okay na subscribe for my mechiao pa Grace what is it Grace wadie boache Grace wadie boache nyankopon shira bio aye Mr. Peter of USA nyankopon insira pay aye yafusu comment section me hu say obo adwuma pay one Vincent na offer mo bo adwuma e comment section ho ene mo amaka nyina no Janet mo ene ade mo nyina nyankopon onsira mo bo adwuma e wo aye comment section ho brother Joseph Nimakon Junior mo bo adwuma e wo aye comment section Abdul Shak ne ade Muslims mo so mo platform yi asoa ya na abribia mu twabo men so mo ya ade we kire se mutie eye dwumadie no mu nkoso na mo nse efma abofro so hwe ne sa wonti bibia se a ne so wo opesa wo ne yetena se for dialogue bia e betumi asese a bit ma arrange for public dialogue na afi no bibia ye wa no nyankopon hira okay nyankopon hira bye bye.